Thank you for that introduction. I guess we'll start. Good evening and welcome to your mediation. I, alongside my co-mediator today, will be mediating this session. These are unprecedented times. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and I hope that everyone and your families are okay during this pandemic and are doing well. So before we just start with this mediation, if it's fine, we could just go about with a small line of introduction and your roles in this mediation. Maybe we start with party A.
Hi, I'm Ms. Roy, the client for Party A, and I'm the Managing Director of Modi Apparels Private Limited.
Hello, I'm Mr. Malhotra. I'm the counsel for Party A.
Hello, I am Ms. Shah, and I'm the CEO of Shah Distributors.
Good evening, everyone. You may address me as Mr. Banerjee, and I'm the counsel for Ms. Shah today.
That's fantastic. So I hope that both the clients have the authority to completely negotiate any settlement deal or any deal that we have during the session.
Yes.
And I hope that everybody has kept themselves free for the next 1 hour of the session. So before we get into this mediation, I'd just like to explain how things have changed in the online system and how mediation is actually helping us here. We're in midst of a pandemic, and basically this is possibly the best possible way to have a redressal, because online, negotiators get less of a chance to actually delay the whole process, and we can actually get more quick-paced and result-oriented systems over here. So now mediation is basically a multi-party process. We are not here to stay back on what has happened. We're here instead to discuss what has happened and move forward in a united manner and reach a solution that is efficient and agreeable to both parties. This is a problem-solving instrument. We're looking forward to doing the best we can to ensure that both parties leave the table happy. I'd like to remind you again, we are not here as judges. Me and my co-mediators are not judges in any way. This is not a legal process. We are here simply to guide the discussion in such a way that you can get the best out of this negotiation and can move ahead happy. Now, I just like to, we're here to create a we. Let's not get stuck at me and you. Let's leave our personal egos and personal issues behind and move towards forging a path for both of us to work together. Now, mediation basically rests on 3 pillars. It's a voluntary process. Both the parties are here on a voluntary basis. We are here to discuss what has happened. None of the parties are being forced to this process. You're here on your own accord, and you're here with the intention to negotiate and solve this. So let's keep that in mind while we discuss things in the conference. The second point is confidentiality. Anything and everything said in the mediation session is completely confidential. It cannot be revealed outside the scope of the mediation session. And any notes that will be taken by me and my co-mediator will be destroyed post the session to ensure complete confidentiality. The third point is neutrality. Me and my mediator are completely neutral parties here. We do not have any preconceived bias to either of the parties, and we're here just to look for what is best for both parties and to guide this conversation. Please address each other at all times. If it is required, the mediator shall step in. And to just handle the session structure and the basic rules of this mediation, I'll now let my mediator speak. And if we feel like there's something left out by error, I shall step in and reconfirm the same. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to add what my co-mediator has said. The mediation as a legal jargon is just a method of simplifying. In order to simplify it, say the mediation is basically a method of conversation and having a meaningful discussion. So our roles as mediators is just an independent and impartial person who will be the facilitator of conversation. So it's you who are the parties who shall decide the matter in a free-willing manner. So our sole responsibility and our point of interruption in the discussion will be just to make sure that the parties are towards parties are discussion. The discussion should be towards settlement, and that's it. I just want all the parties to trust us as mediators and trust the process of mediation. So just want to just summarize the ground rules. First is the confidentiality point, which is to say that anything which you parties disclose in the session will never be disclosed to any third party. both of us as mediator and co-mediators will not be representing the parties in any court of law, nor we can be called as an evidence. Second, all the parties will have equal standing in the matter. So all the parties will be given equal opportunity to represent their side. And finally, the voluntariness. So the parties are free will to decide whether to join, stay in the session, or to not to continue with the negotiation or mediation process. So any party can at any time may ask for a private session, or even if they want, they can choose not to continue the mediation. So as we are clear about the party's authority, is it fine if I refer the first party as refer the requesting party as first party and the responding party as second party? Okay. Yes. So and is it fine if we give the first party? Is it fine with the second party if we provide the first opportunity to the first party to represent their facts?
If I might just, Mr. Mediator, I think a few quite pertinent things have been left out of. So one of them is the course, how the structure of this is going to be going on. The structure is well in two parts. It's going to be the conference and the private caucus. So basically in the conference, you'll have a basic discourse of the facts you can discuss amongst yourself and have a free-flowing discussion as to what has happened and what you all can do as a solution. If at any times me or my co-mediator feel that the session is lagging or we are getting impeded and reaching impasses, we will call for a private session where both parties can have a private one-on-one session with us as mediators. As this is online mediation and it's very possible that things can get a little murky and we can talk over each other. I request both parties and the clients to keep the video on at all time and keep yourselves muted. If you feel like you have something to add, please use the raise hand feature. Just raise your hand and so that us as the mediators can bring you into the conversation. Please keep all language as good as possible. We're trying to have a conversation here. This is not an altercation. And let's make sure that we go out of here as a united front. So as my co-mediator is saying, I suggest we start with party A for their opening statements. And then after the opening statements, maybe we can move on to setting what the agenda of this mediation is.
The first party can start.
So good evening, respected mediators and the parties. So I am the counsel for the party A, which is Modi Apparels Private Limited, and we are engaged in the business of providing apparels to party B, which is Shah Distributors Private Limited. So we had engaged in a 3-year distributor agreement with the party B, which is Shah Apparels Private Limited, and there was a clause which mentioned that in order to extend the distributorship agreement for another 3-year period, there would be a performance assessment which would be conducted by us, and only if we were satisfied, then the agreement would be extended for another period of 3 years. So, but the second party, however, violated the terms and went ahead by supplying our product even after the lapse of the first period. And during this time, we had discovered that there were allegations as to fake products being sold in the market by the party B, and during this time they had engaged into profiteering, thereby affecting our business and also damaging our reputation in the market. So I would like my client to propose the issues that he sought to achieve in this mediation.
So we've had an ongoing smooth business relation for the past 3 years, and a loss of this relation would not only be of detriment to us, but to Shah Distributors as well. So we would propose to present a united front and regain consumer trust in both of our brands and make up for the loss of reputation that has been caused to us as well as them. And the issues we would like to discuss and seek to redress in today's mediation process would be A, of providing some sort of supervision for stricter implementation of agreement terms by party B, And the second would be more stringent quality checks being conducted by us, so that we can ensure that counterfeit products or sales of excess stock or any kind of inferior quality products are not sold under our brand name. So I feel that these are the two main issues that we should focus on. Further, we would also like to be compensated for the loss of brand value that has been caused to us due to the actions of Party B. And we would like to negotiate and come to a settlement so that we can continue our fruitful business relations, as we've had a good run for 3 years, and we would really like to and look forward to continuing these business relations in the future. I really thank the mediators for their kind consideration and their patience, and would like to welcome Party B to make their comments on the issue. Thank you so much.
Second party.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank both the mediators. This being my first mediation, I had my doubts with the process, but by your thorough explanation, I'm putting full faith in this process. Also, I'd like to thank Ms. Roy and her counsel for agreeing to mediate. My counsel has enlightened me on why this is a better option for both of us. I am Ms. Shah, the CEO of Amit Shah Distributors, and my counsel, Mr. Banerjee, has been associated with the case since day one. For the sake of convenience, let me recapitulate what has brought us here. Shah Distributors have been in this field for over a decade, and it is the blood and sweat of hundreds of employees that has went into creating a reputation for us in this industry. We've shared a good professional relationship, Modi Apparels and Shah Distributors, but when Modi Apparel took their apprehensions and went to the court of public opinion rather than communicating with us, it not only damaged our reputation immensely, but also damaged our trust in this process. From one business person to another, it is important for both of us to make sure that our businesses flourish and our reputations remain intact for that. And I know that both of us want our professional relationship to remain intact, and not only that, but also to grow along with it. So whatever happens is water under the bridge for us. And now all of our energies should focus on going towards a positive solution. Hence, I would look forward to collaboratively come up with a solution that will be of mutual benefit to both of us. I assure my assistance in doing the same. And now I would like my counsel to add on to the issues that we'd like to discuss.
Thank you, Ms. Shah. First of all, a very hearty good evening to Ms. Roy and her counsel, as well as both the mediators present here. I'm the counsel for Ms. Shah. I would like to clarify at the very outset that I am only here to assist my client. My client has vested me with authority to negotiate on her behalf. However, the power to make every final decision lies completely in her hands. That being said, I believe it is really important to establish this fact at the very beginning, that nothing is agreed on until everything is agreed on. Further, in my consultations with my client, she has made it very certain that she comes here with an open mind and is looking for a mutual way to resolve all the issues. Her primary concerns include the following things, which is first, continuing the business relationship subject to the novation of the contract terms, or the terms which shall be discussed in the course of the mediation. Secondly, some affirmative action to reconcile the goodwill of both the corporations, in addition to improving the future business aspects. Lastly, just quickly to address the issue of compensation, I believe my client is not willing to pay any compensation, as damage to reputation has been done to both the parties. We are open to discuss over it. However, we are not ready to give any compensation at this point. We hope that we all walk out as winners today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those opening statements. And just so that I could is the agenda for today's mediation for the advantage of both parties. So the agenda that we're looking at as the first, these first three items have been added by Party A and the other two items by Party B. Party A says the first agenda is a supervision for a stricter agreement, how they move out with the details of the agreement. Agenda 2 with stringent checks with regards to the production and distributorship of products. And the third would be compensation for loss of brand value. Now, Party B has added to the agenda by stating they want to continue. They want to discuss continuation of the business innovation of the of the contract, and any affirmative action to reconcile the damage to goodwill that has been done. Now, in spirit of togetherness, I request Party A as the requesting party to move into conference and start with discussions on the first agenda item or of any agenda item that you feel comfortable doing.
Just would like to interject what my communicator has said. We would like to just keep the conversation structured. There are three issues which we'll be discussing. First is the discussion about distributorship agreement. Second is about the allegation which has been put by first party and to the second party. And thirdly about the conversation. So is all parties are agree to this?
I'm sorry, Mr. Mediator. However, I believe that both of us want to novate the contract and we would love to discuss the terms of the contract. We have made our position clear, and I think, Ms. Shah, we are pretty clear on this point that we are not willing to pay any amount of compensation. However, both of us did agree on novating the contract, and we are ready to discuss terms as to supervision as well as stringent assessment. And in addition to any affirmative future action in order to reconcile the goodwill of our companies, I don't think we are going to discuss any allegations here because as you have used the word yourself, that it is just an allegation, and we don't see any point spending any time discussing over allegations.
Sure. So the primary issue being the distributorship agreement, we can start the discussion with that. Sure.
I just have a question for the mediators. We could move ahead with discussing the issues in the conference, and I think me and my counsel would be okay with that. But when exactly do we demand for a private caucus, or do we leave that open to the parties to decide?
Ma'am, basically, if we as mediators feel that the session is getting stuck up with impasses and problems where you're actually both the parties are actually butting heads, we ourselves, suo motu, will come ahead and take a private caucus at that point in time.
Right.
So with that,
okay.
I have typed out the agenda for the meeting in the chat box. You all can refer to it for your understanding. And with that, I guess we can start with any item that the requesting party is more comfortable with starting with.
If I may, Mr. Mediator, can we start with discussing a novation of the contract?
Of course,
which would in turn include supervision. Yes, Mr.
If that is agreeable to requesting, if that is agreeable to the requesting party as well, we can definitely start with that. Requesting party?
We could, so I agree we should start by discussing novation of the new contract. And I think the issues laid down in my opening statement would also be included and moving forward in the direction for novating the contract. So we could start by discussing any of the issues.
Okay, that's great. So I invite the client and counsel for the requesting party to start with the discussions. Just lay down the facts, have an open conversation. We're just basically here to iron out any issues that we might have.
Right. So as my counsel had validly explained in the beginning, I feel that this whole conflict between us and Shah distributors has arisen from the fact that there was a breach in agreement. So basically we had laid down in our agreement that a notice of 1 month is to be provided for if the contract is to be further extended for a period of another 3 years. And this requirement was not followed. Further, the excess stock which we had provided to the distributors had been sold, basically knowledge that came to us that our products were being sold without our permission. Further, the fact that we had not yet conducted a performance assessment or a quality check that could lead to substandard products or counterfeit products being sold in our name, which is why we would like to put these two issues in place in the very first place. And for that, what we propose as TA is that we could appoint a committee or an individual supervisor in both companies to make sure that both the companies are adhering to their respective obligations of the agreement. And further, what I mean by stringent checks on quality is not putting the blame on Shah distributors or not saying that there was a lapse on our part, but it just simply means that for this related rebuild of brand value, we both could ensure that the quality of our apparel that are being sold in the market.
If I may go ahead, I think the agreement of the contract was such that you had to give us a notice before 1 month of our expiry, which was not provided, but little confusion in that. But according to the agreements of the contract, you had to provide us with a 1 month notice before our expiry. Anyway, water under the bridge, there was some confusion on both the sides regarding the terms of the agreement. And I actually agree to you when it comes to what our issue was as well, that we want a novation of contract. We want to reconsider certain terms of contract. And we are in no way opposed to stricter quality checks. In fact, we are in favor of it because it is not only going to benefit your company, but also it is going to benefit our company. Hence, we would be in the favor of quality checks because it is important for the goodwill of both the companies. And I think my council would like to add certain terms that we'd like to propose for the contract. So over to you, Mr. Banerjee.
Thank you, Ms. Shah. First of all, Ms. Roy, I'm really glad that we have done away with the blame game. So if you would like to hear those, we are on the same page with you. Agree that stringent implementation has to be there if we want to maintain a few business relationship. So if the council and the party is ready, we
Right, absolutely. I'm glad we're on the same. And I would love to hear your side of the story. We could come to some sort of conclusion after discussing delivery.
Thank you very much, Ms. Roy. So, firstly, if we may talk about the term of the future contract, we would prefer that instead of having a 3-year distributor license, we get a 5-year distributor license. And in addition to that, when we talk about assessment, and we completely agree with you, and I think Ms. Shah would also want that stringent scrutiny should be done as to the quality of all the products, and we also have to support you in your goodwill. We would propose that the assessment should be done by some third neutral party. If that is fine with you, Ms. Roy, then we will mutually agree on the name of who the party that would assess all the implementation aspects of the contract as well as the quality check.
Mr. Banerjee, I feel you're right on the aspect of neutrality because we are supposed to forget our past issues, and also it would ensure we both have mutual faith and trust in each other. If it is someone external and someone unbiased, this ensures that there is no partiality or no covering up of any sort. And about the 5-year term, what my council and I had agreed upon in our private deliberations was that we could have a trial run of a year instead of extending it for a longer time period, because there could be apprehensions from your side of management and there could be some from our side of management as well. So if you would be okay with that, we could have a shorter trial run, and if things go smoothly, then we could extend this into the future, because I think we both agree on the fact that we both do want to strengthen and extend these business relations into the future.
Just to make sure that we all understand how it is going on. Obviously, we have an agreement on that there should be stringent checks with regards to quality control and with regards to how the terms of the agreement are being followed, and both the parties have agreed on having a neutral third party that can be decided on at a later time. What obviously Shah Distributors was looking at was a 5-year distributorship deal, but what Modi Apparels have countered with is a trial run first for a period of 1 year, on the basis of the results of which they could possibly look forward to renegotiating the contract again for a longer period. I'd just like to ask, what does Shah Distributors have in mind with regards to that?
So I believe that having a trial run at this point is not the most practical thing to do, because we have already been in a relation for 3 years. We have had a 3-year business relationship, and you know our modus operandi. However, I would love that Ms. Shah would comment on this, and then I will advise her if having that term to be agreed upon is fine for our corporation or not. Ms. Shah?
Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. Ms. Roy, I totally understand your concerns when it comes to apprehensions in trial run. But I, from my side, would want to assure you that this time this will be a very professional contract in a very professional relationship that will not result to any apprehensions. And we will very thoroughly discuss the contents of this contract and agreement. So I feel like if we have an agreement that lasts for a longer run, it is going to be better not only for both of our businesses, but also for our reputations, because it portrays an image in the market that both these companies, even after a rift, are working together for such a long time, meaning that there was nothing of substance in that rift, and these companies are good companies. What is your say on that, Ms. Roy?
Would it be all right if my counsel addresses this?
Sure.
Thank you.
I would like to propose that both of us need a longer agreement. I agree to that, but the position of both our companies in the market is so delicate at this position that if we keep a longer agreement, and if there's a mistake from any of our side, then we will operate into more losses, which I don't think any of the party needs right now at this situation. And I would further like to propose a quality standard that we as producers would issue on our product, and if there is any mistake regarding from your side, if there is no quality standard distributed by your side, then we won't be liable, as we had issued a quality standard and we had applied we had provided the product of a proper quality.
Just so that I could take a second here, I feel that we are getting a bit muddled in the discussions and we're getting stuck up on some certain items with regards to the term and how we want to deal with it. So I believe that at this point in time, it would be really beneficial for us to take a private caucus. So I suppose if we could take the requesting party first, that is Modi Apparels, followed by Shah Distributors. So I just request the moderator of the session to place Shah Distributors in the waiting room so we could have our caucus with Modi Apparels.
Okay, so welcome to the private session or a caucus. I just want to take you to what does this mean. It's just a mere private session where the parties can represent the fact, can tell us what the facts which they are not comfortable in front of the other party. Just reiterate the fact that this session shall be confidential, and anything which has been disclosed to us and the co-mediator during this session shall not be disclosed to the other party unless the party is intended to direct us to do so. My co-mediator can take.
As my co-mediator did state, this caucus session has a layer of added confidentiality, if you may. So I want you to completely leave your inhibitions and have a conversation with me, like what are your issues at the outset of this as to why you are probably not looking for a longer period of contract.
Sir, my counsel, being a legal representative of our firm, is a little assertive about the fact that quality should be maintained because, as has been noted in the session previously, there has been a lapse on part of Shah Distributors because we do not want to re-dig up dead bodies, which is why we wouldn't want to bring it up in session. But our brand name and reputation has definitely been hurt by it, which is why we are stressing a little bit more on that fact. However, we also do want to strengthen our relations with them, and the confidential aspect of this whole discussion would be that we are at a position right now in the market where we cannot afford to lose them as our distributor, and they do play a very crucial and vital role in distributing our apparels in the market. So we wouldn't want to let go of them. So what my counsel and I decided would be that we could negotiate upon the aspect of compensation, but we wouldn't want to argue or fight about it because that would not be beneficial to us or them. Which is why what we want to stress upon is that we would be free of liability if the quality is breached on the distributor's part, because we already have faced backlash in the public because of that, and we do not want to repeat that mistake, which is what my counsel was trying to say in the meeting.
Ma'am, is there any amount that you're in particular looking for with regards to compensation?
So because we have already noticed that Party B is quite unwilling to discuss compensation with us, instead of a hard structure or even a range of structures, we would propose a percentage in profits. So we were looking at something around 40% or 50% of profits, but we're definitely ready to negotiate on it.
So this 40% of profits would be from Shah Distributors' complete business, or just from Shah Distributors' dealings with of Modi Apparels?
No, just their dealings with us. We wouldn't
And
want to cause any interruptions in their flow.
for what period are you looking for this compensation? As to how many years of profits are you looking for?
Since we proposed a shorter agreement, it would be for a year and not throughout. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I think I interrupted my counsel. I would like for him to continue.
No, I think so. You have covered the points, I feel.
Okay, so what Modi Apparels is looking for over here is basically, just so I can summarize what they're looking for, is basically at first a 1-year trial run. And if you are of the idea that the quality standards that you are providing are being met by Shah Distributors, you're willing to extend that by whatever period both the parties feel agreeable. What you're also looking for in compensation is 40% of the profits that will that Shah Distributors will receive out of their dealings with Modi Apparels in the first year, and that's where the compensation ends.
Absolutely.
If you are comfortable with this, might I divulge this information to the other party?
Yes.
I think if you could do it in a more subtle manner, in a little bit demure, so that we don't come off as too aggressive, because like we already mentioned, we can't afford to lose them in the market.
I understand. Do the parties have anything else that they'd like to convey to us? Any other information that you feel would possibly change the flow of how the negotiation could move?
None to my knowledge.
Okay.
I want to say something.
I'm sure.
So during the period when we were receiving fake allegations, the allegation as to fake product being sold, so our demand for the product has dropped very drastically, and due to this, a lot of employees were being underpaid, and we didn't generate much revenue. So if this point can be compared with the compensation point, I would feel this would help in our case.
Okay, so I'll be sure to me and my co-mediator will be sure to convey all the information that you deem to be necessary in a very subtle and demure manner, and make sure that we possibly guide the negotiation in a better way. That now that we understand your perspective, if I could just request the moderator to place Modi Apparel is into the waiting room and bring up Shah Distributors.
Thank you so much, mediator, for your kind consideration.
Thank you. Welcome, Ms. Shah and Mr. Banerjee. Welcome to your private caucus. Basically, this caucus session is a one-on-one session with the moderator so that we can better understand as to where the parties are coming from and understand a better way to guide the parties in the conference and understand so that we can reach a more viable solution for both parties. Now, I'd just like to explain to you once again, this private caucus has an added layer of confidentiality. So even more than the conference, this private caucus is far more confidential. So what you might say to us here, only with your permission can we reveal the same to the other party. And if all your doubts about the caucus are answered, I believe my co-mediator would like to start with the caucus.
So first, there are two things, as is till the point of discussion, there are two things which have been a bone of contention. First thing being the term of contract, and second being the compensation. Would you like to just elaborate on what are your requirements?
I believe Ms. Shah has made it very clear to me, and I was able to deliver her intention here that goodwill of both the companies have been damaged, and if we cannot quantify how much, however, they went to the national newspapers and released their findings on the basis of allegations and their own apprehensions, which was not right because they did not confront us, they did not communicate with us. So we are pretty clear on that agenda that we are not going to give any compensation. If at all there are any kind of losses that they have sustained, we are open to help them by staying within the business model of our corporation. I think, Ms. Shah, that is fine with you. If you may please comment on this.
Yes, exactly, Mr. Banerjee. The point being that both the companies have suffered losses and damage to reputation. And it will be better if we come up with something that benefits both the companies' businesses and reputation rather than one company paying a monetary amount to the other. And I think we started on the same page when it came to, that we wanted to build a future together and we wanted to grow together. But then that 1 year agreement didn't sound in line with the same agendas that we set, because a lot of infrastructure goes into distribution, and a 1 year agreement, if suspended, would only result in losses for us. And we are really looking forward to creating a growing future collaboration with the company. So we want to move in that direction.
So to be clear,
so Ms. Shah, as Mr. Mediator, if I may clarify my client's position on this, Ms. Shah, I think since we are denying any kind of monetary compensation, and in my consultations with you, I have said that within our business model, we can help them for the future in kind. So if you would like to elaborate on that with them, we will go ahead with that. However, the term of the contract, which is we are asking for a 5-year term, and we want to establish a business relationship with them, and we are happy with accepting the stringent implementation and the quality control. And Ms. Shah, are you also happy if we take on the liability for the quality control if in case there is any lapse in that part?
Yes, definitely we can take quality control under our name, because that we have no problem in. And I'd like to point out that we have certain ideas that we've come up with that will help our future collaboration. So if we could put them forward in the conference, that will be better, instead of arguing about compensation, monetary compensation.
Bottom line being that we want to sustain this relationship, and we also want to prolong this relationship, because at the end it is beneficial for both the corporations.
so is there any fact or any information which you feel should be known to the mediators? Is there any other information?
I believe we have shared everything. Ms. Shah, is there anything that we are missing out?
No, I think all our concerns are on the table. There's nothing.
So just so that in the understanding of in the idea of complete and open discussion, what the other party have revealed to us that they'd like to reveal to you is basically that they have concerns about the quality of the product, and for that very purpose they would like an earlier short-term period to have a trial run of the product, so that they can ensure that the quality of the product is at the level that they determine to be at the level that they want Modi Apparel's product to be. And if you can definitely work with that, they would also like to extend the contract according to whatever period would be agreeable to both parties. Now, while they are not particularly looking for any rupee amount, what they're looking for basically, they don't want to put up any fixed structures. What they want to put up basically as, say, compensation, because obviously they have faced some loss and they would like to be compensated for that. They would like a percentage in profits from Shah Distributors dealings of Modi Apparel products, and they have stated that the percentage that they'd like would be 40% of the profits of this of the first year of contract, and then that would be done with the compensation, and you could move forward with the contract. So just moving into the conference, I'd like you to keep that in mind and possibly start with that bone of contention, and maybe tell them what you feel about the particular compensation and why you feel that the compensation is something you're agreeable to or not agreeable to, whatever be the case. I just would like to request the moderator to add party A back to the call, if that's all with party B. Okay, so I'm glad to welcome both parties back. I'd like to say the caucus was actually quite beneficial. Now, my co-mediator and I, we truly understand where both parties are coming from and what the concerns of both parties are. saying that, I just like to move you on to conference, and I'd like to start off with the topic of say the compensation. The compensation obviously in a both contention between both parties. So that's a good place to start. Please, Miss Roy, if you could just state as to what you were looking for through compensation to Ms. Shah, we could probably have a more organic discussion about it.
Firstly, I would like to thank the mediator to take the initiative to initiate a private caucus. It was really beneficial for us to open up, and I think we could convey our point of compensation better. So we do not want to look greedy in any way, shape or form. As my counsel had mentioned to you, respected mediator, the only reason why we are asking for compensation is, aside from the obvious loss of reputation that we'll face, is also that since our brand name has declined in value in the market, we haven't been able to pay our employees enough, and the amount that they deserve for their work, we're not able to provide them with that. So also this compensation that we ask for is not throughout the term of the contract. It would not be for an extended period. It would just be for the first year or so, till we cover up the damage that our company has faced. And we are in no way saying that we cannot we do not want to be assertive in any manner. This is just a request, and this request is also sincerely fact-based, and it does not come from any personal apprehensions from either my or my counsel's side. That's all.
If I may reply to Ms. Roy.
Yes, please.
Ms. Roy, I really understand your concern when it comes to reputation and loss of business, because we are facing the same thing, as I mentioned in the opening statement, that even we faced a loss of reputation, and the result of which was loss of business. So I understand that both of us are in a similar position, and hence I would like to propose a term that can help both of our reputations and both of our businesses to grow. So as we know that in the last 3 years, Modi Apparel has grown worldwide. So we'd like to propose that instead of us being distributors only in India, we become distributors in certain other Asian countries as well. And we can continue our business relation internationally, while we give you some concession as to our interest, so that your losses are also covered and our business also flourishes at the same time. If you're okay with it, my counsel would like to elaborate on the terms of this.
Thank you, Ms. Shah. For the convenience of Mr. Counsel and Ms. Roy, my client is completely fine with having stringent implementations and even taking the liability for quality control. However, since we have both started on the same foot, that we are looking for a future collaboration, and having a trial run after having a 3-year business relation is not the most practical thing to do for such big corporations. However, looking at the aspect of future collaborations, and we are not ready to give monetary compensation. However, we are open. I believe Ms. Shah has been pretty clear that we are open, that we would somehow, within our business model, we would like to cover for your losses. At the same time, we want it to be a win-win situation for both the corporations. And as you said, you're not being very greedy, and my client is not greedy at all. I can vouch for that. We are looking for a future collaboration that would benefit you and as well as us. So if you would want, I would put forth the terms that we have thought of, and then maybe we can negotiate on. But before we do that, fixing a term of the contract is really important for all the terms that we are putting forth before you.
Right. So I'm very thankful to you, Mr. Banerjee, and Ms. Shah as well for this proposal, because what my counsel and I were also seeking to do was to extend and expand our business in some manner or form. So I think venturing out worldwide would also fit with our brand name of being Atmanirbhar, and it would also increase the appeal and charm of this Indianness of the brand in worldwide markets. So what I would also like to propose is for the benefit of both parties, all the future campaigns and future products with concern to the apparel could also be supplied to the consumers through your distributorship, which is how we could expand further. And my counsel would elaborate more upon this.
So I would like to say that we need to come to a conclusion as to what percentage of profits or revenue would you share with us regarding the increased sale of our products in India as well as in the abroad countries. And I would further like to say that the concept of Atmanirbhar is gaining a lot of popularity within our country, and if it increases in our country, there is a good chance it will increase in the foreign countries as well. So that's my proposal.
I apologize to interrupt you there, Mr. Counsel, but just so that for my better understanding, understanding of both parties, what Shah Distributors has offered here is increasing their array of distributorship to other foreign countries as well within Asia and other countries. In essence, instead of a compensation per se to Modi Apparels, and just so I understand, that is something that is agreeable to Modi Apparels.
Mr. Mediator, if I may also add to that, throughout the term of distributorship, in India as well as internationally, we are ready to offer concessions in all our services, which we are open to discuss right now. So even though we are not giving any certain monetary compensation, we are trying to compensate for the loss through our services.
Is that something that is agreeable to Modi Apparels? Is that something that you see as a possible compensation structure that could work for you?
And in addition, would you like to specify what is the percentage of concession? Would you like to agree?
Mr. Mediator, I think that is open to discussion between both the parties in the future. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Once they agree that this is something they want to do, we can discuss the rate of concession as well.
Sure.
So, Mr. Roy, what are your opinions on the same?
So I feel that what my counsel and I had agreed upon in personal deliberations as well as in the private caucus was a 40% share in the profit. But since if we expand globally, we could keep higher profit margins considering the difference in currency. And I feel a concession would be a fair way of compensating us for our loss. And it would as well not put too much pressure on them. So I think this would be agreeable.
Okay, so as concession has been agreed, can we move on to rate of concession?
Right, yes.
Thank you very much, Ms. Roy. Before myself and Ms. Shah go on to the terms of it, are we clear on the fact that instead of sharing the profits, we are offering a better alternative that over the period of the contract, which we must decide at this point because it is crucial for this contract, we are going to offer certain concessions. Are we fine with that, Mr. Roy and Mr. Counsel?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Manager.
I believe, I believe in a sense of moving forward with regards to the details of the particular concessions that we're looking at, it is quite important that we actually understand what term or period of this contract that we're looking at. And now obviously we're at quite a difference with the Modi Apparels coming in with a 1-year trial run. On the basis of that, they're looking to move forward, while Shah Distributors are at a 5-year deal. So is there something that you would like to possibly change about that particular period in time? Either of them, I'll just address this to Modi Apparels considering the requesting party.
If before Ms. Roy gives an answer, I'd like to point out that if we have a longer duration of our agreement right now, because we will be putting our infrastructure and resources not only in India but also in other countries, a 1-year agreement would not make a lot of sense, because in a business such as this, 1 year is not a very long period of time. So I would propose that you agree to making it 5 years. And in order to consider your point, we can make it contingent to our first year's performance. If our first year's performance is up to the mark, then we can continue with the other 4 years. But the agreement that we agree upon today should be a 5-year agreement. That is my point.
Ms. Roy, what are your opinions on the same? Is that something agreeable to
I
you?
would like Mr. Malhotra to deal with this aspect.
Please.
So firstly, I would like to know the period for which we would get the concessions from the party B. And secondly, I would like to suggest that in the first year of our agreement, we would like our operations to work in India only, and only if the performance are performed smoothly, then we should think about venturing into international scenarios. That's my suggestion as of now.
Second party would like to respond.
Mr. Banerjee, would you like to address this point?
Yes, Ms. Shah, for sure. I believe that when we talk about contingency and at the time of this pandemic, I believe my client really has a good opportunity to expand right away. And if we wait for another year, we really don't know how a year will turn out, and we would like to move things as soon as possible. So we agree that on the basis of performance of the first year, we will extend the term of the contract, which we can keep as 4 years on the basis of the performance of my client's company for the first year. The contract will be extended for another 4 years, and throughout the term of the contract, including the first year, we are ready to give compensations. But Ms. Shah, I believe that we want to globally expand as soon as possible. So do you really want to wait for a year before you expand globally?
If I may add to what my counsel just said, he meant concession, not compensation. Also, I think it is important for us to realize that it was not only Modi Apparel that faced the loss of business and loss of reputation, and we are coming here with a very open and giving mind, and we'd like the same to be reciprocated from the other party as well, because both the companies suffered losses.
So the second party was wanting to expand with the immediate effect. With the first party, agree to that? First party?
Hello. So I would like to say that the condition of the both of the companies is really fragile in the Indian market. So even if we venture into the international markets at this point, it would be really risky to venture straight into international market, considering the damage that has been done to our reputation. So I feel the 1 year we need to take the example of 1 year so as to assess how we perform in India before going globally.
Mr. Malhotra, I would request you to look at the bigger picture for the sake of your client. Both of us are established corporations. We have been in this business for a long time, and both of the goodwill of both the companies has been damaged, for which we are looking for a future collaboration in which both of them are supporting each other. And at this point, we have agreed to your terms of having stringent supervisions, and we have also agreed to taking the liability throughout the term of the contract for any quality control issues that may arise. And I believe after we have agreed to these terms, the term that my client is demanding is very reasonable at this point. That if you may agree to, we are also agreeing to the 1 year contingency, subject to the fact that you allow Shah distributors to expand globally, in which we are also offering you concessions in all our services, not only in India, but we are also offering that concession for any international business that you are going to conduct. So I would really like you to consider the fact that we have agreed to all the terms that you have put forth, and we are only considering having a longer term as well as global expansion, which is better for both the corporations. And if we can agree on that, then I believe, Ms. Shah, we can move on to discuss the percentage of concession and the modus operandi in which the contract will unfold itself.
I agree, Mr. Banerjee. Also, Mr. Malhotra, if we go back to a 1 year trial run, I think we'll be in the same position before this mediation that we were in, and we will not move forward. And as long as quality control is a concern, I think we have reiterated again and again that we are all up for stricter quality control supervision. We will make sure that a neutral party assesses our performance, that the quality is maintained, nothing is of substandard. So I think when we are agreeing to these terms in a contract, then a 1 year trial run contingent on quality should not be a concern, because if the quality is not good, the contract would anyway stand void. So I don't think you have to worry about quality at this point when we've agreed to a lot of stricter regulations when it comes to quality.
Also, if I may add to what my client has said, that Mr. Malhotra, you have rightly pointed out that this is a fragile situation. And at this point, if we agree to your term of having just pan-India distributorship for the first year, I think it is my client's company which is sustaining a greater risk at this point. And as you said, that we want the field to be leveled, and that is what we are attempting to do. So if you would really consider accepting this, we can go ahead and discuss the percentage of concession that we are going to offer.
So the first party, can you just clarify your ground on the expansion part, please?
Ms. Shah and Mr. Banerjee, I feel my council's hindrance or hesitation in expanding worldwide was for the sole reason that it is not only our company and your company that we are looking at right now, but also the general scenario in the market. And the sole reason why I was stressing for a 1-year trial run was so that we could test the waters, take a small baby step first, and then expand, because we not only care about our reputation, but we also care about our distributors. And since their supplies and services are on the line, we would not want them to face a heavy impactful loss as well, which is the only reason why we were stressing on it. And we do not want that to be a limitation or a reason why we couldn't continue further. And I feel the aspect of quality was never an issue. So I am really sorry to the client if they felt that that was an issue, because I don't think either I or my counsel have made that much of an issue in the session. But just to reiterate, I agree with most of the points that were mentioned by the client and the counsel. And I would like my counsel to elaborate on the same as well.
Before Mr. Malhotra speaks, if I may clarify our position once again. Ms. Roy, we do know that both of us have been in the game for a long period of time. And when you talk about taking risks, you have been distributing worldwide for a long time now. And I believe that you already have a safe space and you know your waters already, and that is why you have a worldwide distribution. All we are asking to you is, let us join the wagon and let us also globally expand while we help you cover all the losses that you claim have been sustained by your corporation. So when we talk about taking risks, I believe your corporation has already been taking risks for a long time. And in fact, we are only looking for a better guidance when we come to that international market.
I really apologize to interrupt over here, but I feel that we have very less time left in the conference, and we'll be moving on to closing statements soon. So I'd just like to discuss what has been agreed to over here already. I'd like to reiterate, it's not necessary to actually reach a consensus on every item on our agenda today itself. There are obviously going to be many more mediation sessions where you can have these conversations and discuss it over and over again. But we've definitely made some progress over here. So at the very outside, our agenda was for stricter supervision, stringent quality checks, compensation, and innovation of a new contract. Both parties have been agreeable on the supervision and the stringent checks by a neutral third party. On the compensation point, both parties have agreed that compensation shall be in the form of concessions over the period of the new contract that shall be agreed to by both the parties. And in essence of that, I feel that we have really trudged a long and hard path over here. So I guess we should move on to our closing statements. I invite Ms. Roy from Modi Apparel to just provide their closing statement, and we could move on from there.
Thank you, Mr. Mediator, for the clarity, and also thank you for all the consideration and all the assistance on your behalf, and also Mediator 2's behalf. It was very helpful in coming to conclusion on a lot of important aspects. And like you rightly said, everything does not need to be resolved in one session, and we could definitely have another session and shed some light on the bones of contention that are still not fully met with. And we could also discuss things that my counsel or the other party would not necessarily agree upon. And what I'd like to say is I'm very glad for the cooperation by Party B, by Shah Distributors. It would be very beneficial and not only fruitful, but also delightful for us to have you as our distributors for all future projects. And I feel that stringent quality checks and supervision would be for the benefit of both.
Ms. Shah?
I authorize my counsel to give the closing statement on my behalf.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shah. Firstly, I'd like to thank the mediators for conducting such a smooth session. And then again, Mr. Malhotra and Ms. Roy for having such an amicable approach to this entire matter. Then again, I would like to begin by calling back to what I said in the opening statement, that nothing is agreed on until everything is agreed upon. So I believe that we will need more sessions to come to a conclusion, because we are on the same track, we are on the right track. We just have to finalize some things here and there, but it was really good to see that both the parties are on the same page. Thank you very much.
This has been a fantastic session, and one of the it's been one of the whole of successful sessions that I have mediated on. And I just like to say, a journey for 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And this session today has been a really significant step in the right direction. Both the parties showed a real want to solve this situation. And I really hope to be a part of further mediations to actually work through this and solve and see Shah Distributors and Modi Apparels work together in the future. I'd just like to bring in my co-mediator if they'd like to say anything.
Sure. So just as my mediator said, I would like to thank all the parties for their for their contribution to the session. Just summarizing, we have agreed on third neutral party for the quality check, and in the next session the parties will decide on whether the term of the contract and the percentage of concession. So that's it. And then after all the terms have been agreed upon, the parties can sign the settlement deed, which will be decided in the next session. So with that, thank you so much for being part of this fruitful session, and just like to thank all the parties for their. I would like to appreciate all the efforts by the parties for their for resolving the session. Thank you so much.
Okay, wonderful. Akash sir, would you like to add a few things to this?
I will just give a little bit of feedback to all of you. Firstly, I'll start by giving a general feedback. I think both teams were exceptional. All of you were very eloquent. People were willing to listen to the other party. Nobody interrupted. And I loved that about this session. Now, coming to individual feedback, starting from mediator to T27. I think that you should, initially when you started off your statement, you were reading from somewhere. I got that impression. So I just feel like you should make it a little more personal. You should look at the other person and talk rather than, reading from somewhere else, because ideally if you were in an informal setting, you wouldn't be doing that. So yeah, that's one point. Also, you should probably take a little more charge at times. I found you to be a little passive. Don't take it too severely. You did your job well. I just feel like you could have been a little more controlling about the session. Now, mediator 1, yeah, T03. There were times where you kind of crossed the time limit, but that's all right, because you were trying to make sure that everything is conveyed properly to the other party. All points are properly encompassed. So that is good. One thing I would say though, you missed to mention the structure in the beginning. You had to come back after mediator 2 had finished his time, and then you had to come back and say, okay, this is the structure. So structure is the most important thing. So that should be the very first thing that you actually brief the parties about. Regardless of that, it's all right, because good thing is you realized it and you explained it to the parties. I love the way you, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm really apologize for interrupting there. So basically when me and mediator 2 actually divided our opening statement, the session structure is actually supposed to be handled by him. And when I realized that he has actually missed out on that, I came back and just picked it up over there, just to make sure that that is put in the opening statement.
Thanks for letting me know that. Anyway, moving on, mediator 1, your timing of private caucus was also perfect. Like I could sense that you realized that the parties are coming into sort of a deadlock, and there you took them to the private caucus rather than starting it with a private caucus, so to say. So another very commendable. What other point I have to say? Yeah, love the way you concluded, man. Like I really love the way you concluded, because not every mediation session will get over in one sitting. And there was no panic either from your end or from mediator 2's end, or T27. Both of you did an exceptional job when it came to that. Even the parties did not like, okay, fine, I'm okay with it. I gave up this point, I gave up that point. I really love that about you. All of you maintained your position, and the way you just sort of agreed to take it forward in coming sessions, that was really good. Overall, mediator 1, you were exceptional. The way you narrated everything, the way you controlled the entire situation, I really loved it. Congratulations. Moving on, Council T46, Party B. You were the epitome of what an advocate is. The way you had attention to detail, the way you, and T46, like Party B, client and council, the coordination that you guys had was amazing. You knew when the other person will come and supplement you. Council, especially you were very good on your law. Even when party agreed to one thing, you did not rush to go to the next thing. You wanted to make sure that I will make sure that the specifications are clear, which is what the role of a lawyer is, and that's brilliant on your part. Client, you were also amazing in your role. Only one thing that I felt was, see, I know you're all lawyers, but at times you should maintain your character. But there was one time where you made a very good point about law, that it will anyway be void, but then you are not the lawyer. But having said that, I mean, that's nothing. That's
I realized in between saying that I'm becoming a lawyer.
No, yeah, it's all right, because there can be parties who are pretty well informed as well, so that's not much of an issue. Now, Party A, coming to you. Council, I just felt like at times when people were talking to you or addressing certain issues that you raised, you were in the middle of setting your hair. Now, see, if it was like a like one-on-one mediation process, you wouldn't be doing that, right? Like, I understand you can see your face here, but like, I will just advise you to refrain, because women personalities are going to be coming in the coming rounds. So that's one thing. And the coordination I felt was somewhere lacking between client and council of Party A. There were times where the client left the council hanging. Like the client made a statement and they were like, my council will elaborate more on this, where he was not prepared is what I felt. Or maybe that discussion did not really take place between the two. So that can be worked upon.
Yes, sir, that was a mistake on my part. I feel because I was too nervous, since this is my first time in a competition, I blabbered all the facts and essentially didn't leave anything for him to say. And I do realize it was just out of...
No, that's all. It happens all the time. I mean, we've all done it. Yeah. Kudos to you, client, for Party A. You were brilliant in the way you explained the facts. Like, in fact, both the clients, I mean, the way you narrated the situation, how your company is, and even when the conversation just kept on going, everyone had something more to add. I never felt like you people are running out of points and you are like, oh, what do I do? I never felt that. No matter how nervous you were inside, I never felt that for a second. So again, well done to all the teams, both the teams and all of you. I'll try to mark you guys so that, both of you go ahead in the competition, because I really loved the mediation session as such. So yeah, congratulations and thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir, and we'll definitely improve on coordination. Thank you for the feedback.
That's just feedback for your future rounds.
Thank you so much.
Sir, before you leave, sir, any advice for anyone who is pursuing a future in ADR in our country?
See, especially after COVID-19, ADR is the future. Like, I don't see litigation. Like, I mean, although I am predominantly, like, my job is dispute resolution, it is litigation as well as little bit of arbitration. But like, the way things are going to be in future, I mean, litigation is going to reduce substantially, and mediation, negotiation is going to be the future. So yeah, I mean, try doing more and more of these competitions, try writing articles, especially because right after you graduate, one thing that really takes you forward more than other things is paper publications, because not everyone wants to have a Ram Jethmalani sitting in their office. They want someone who can give in qualitative research. So write more and more on ADR, like write on topics such as what is the future of ADR in light of COVID-19, how it can really go to the next level from here. Think of such areas. Try starting something on your own. I think these things really help you take forward. So yeah, that will be my suggestion.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's move on to vote of
Thank you for
thanks.
having me.
So,
Yeah.
I, Sachin Deshpande, the moderator of the National Mediation Competition 2020 organized by Law Internships, extend a hearty gratitude to Mr. Akash Raman Sinha, who honored us with the enlightening session by being a judge of the National Mediation Competition 2020 and taking out time in the midst of his busy schedule. I must also mention a deep sense of appreciation to all the participants who actively participated and was present today. Hope this round was a great learning experience for all of you. Thank you. Thanks again. One and all.
Thank you so much, participants. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Sachin.
We'll end the meeting then.